Will artificial intelligence take your job? Future wars will be fought by AI. Robots will rule the world. AI and machine learning is a bad tech. It's been a while since we have been listening too much about artificial intelligence. Some say it's good and most of us think it's evil. Let's dig deep into the world of AI and look what we are actually trying to do with artificial intelligence. A quick definition of artificial intelligence by artificial intelligence.
Yes?
What is artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence is intelligence demonstrated by machines, as opposed to the natural intelligence displayed by humans or animals. Leading AI textbooks define the field as the study of intelligent agents, any system that perceives its environment and takes actions that maximize its chance of achieving its goals.
How we are using it now. It took us almost 10,000 years to move from writing to printing press, but roughly 500 more to get to the email. Speed of development has accelerated 1,000%, and of course, the speed of adapting tech also accelerated. Let's just start from the basics. Every time you open YouTube on your mobile, it already knows what you might want to watch. If you watch a lot of conspiracy theories, it will show Bill Gates and 5G towers in your feed. But how does it know what you want to watch? It analyzes all your activity, what content you like to watch, how much time you spend on what kind of videos, where you comment, what you comment, where you are living, how's the weather at your town, what are the community emotions. All this is called data. YouTube gives this data to an engine that takes your data as an input and predicts what you might like to watch. And most of the time it's relevant for the users and good for companies' books of account. The same goes for Instagram, PUBG, Netflix, and many other platforms. It knows all about you, even more than you know yourself. The transportation industry is at a crossroad. E-commerce and globalization is driving the demand higher than ever before. Tesla, Google, and several other companies are trying to develop cars that can drive themselves. You just need to feed the location and boom, you're there. It is being said that AI can replace all driving jobs in 20 to 30 years. And people like Elon Musk are leading the industry. Autonomous cars are no longer a future. But just assume in a country like India, where unemployment is at its peak, how many people or drivers are going to lose their jobs, or will be able to accept the inevitable change and evolve to work with AI. But there is a catch. We humans learn from mistakes. Sometimes mistakes made on a road do not give us any chance to improvise.
Human drivers cause 30,000 or more deaths per year. Long-haul trucking can be dangerous, it can be boring, and therefore it's ripe for automation.
Tesla is the safest car in the world. It is possible because of not just physical safety features, but AI also plays a huge role in making it safest car.
But self-driving cars are a harder problem because the roads have a lot more things going on than the air does. And driving on the freeway is much easier than driving in the city. So we will see fleets of automated trucks, I think, long before we see self-driving cars in the city.
Port Long Beach is the second busiest port in North America and the first fully automated container terminal in the United States.
The next step going forward is to start replacing all of our dumb, blind, dangerous machines with machines that have sensors and vision built into them that can work side by side with humans to be more productive and safer at the same time.
Starvation is one of the biggest problems that humans are facing. In some parts of the world, billions of tons of food is wasted every day just because we don't know how much food can be consumed in a specific area.
Last year in the US, about $200 billion worth of food was wasted. $200 billion. That's a lot down the drain, and also up in the sky. Waste is a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions.
We supply extra food and it's completely wasted.
One of the classic tensions in every food business is producing too much and having waste, or not producing enough food and having stockouts. It takes years and years of practice for a human to forecast that, but that's actually a data problem that machines, and AI in particular, are really, really good at getting right. So at its core, Zoom is a fundamentally new logistics model.
And imagine if we could implement it on yearly basis, like which crop should we grow and in what quantity so that it doesn't get wasted. It will be really a giant leap in solving the biggest problem in the history of humankind.
To go back into the supply chain and predict more accurately what you need to grow and where you need to get that product, I think you can fundamentally change things.
Perhaps half of all food that's produced in the world is wasted. Artificial intelligence can help us change the supply chains so that they're much more efficient.
AI is helping us in understanding our universe, our home, our earth more deeply. We are gathering petabytes of data every day. It's impossible for anyone to extract some valuable information from that big data. With the help of machine learning, team of 50 to 100 people are achieving big milestones.
When people think about the search for extraterrestrial life, they're thinking of someone with headphones listening in on something that is sent to us, something that's obvious. It's really not like that. It's a lot more subtle. And that's why we're going to be collecting enormous amounts of data. AI can give us that answer that we've been seeking all along. Are we alone? We are going to find signs of civilization beyond Earth. And I do think that it's going to be AI that finds it.
Google has developed an AI system that can beat the best human player in Go.
Go is our program to actually try and crack Go. We played the European champion Fan Wei in a 5-game match.
That's complicated. But I lose all my game.
AlphaGo won 5-0, which is the first time ever a program has beaten a professional player.
It also helped Google to reduce its server cooling cost by almost 40%. Just imagine smart homes that can potentially save hundreds of gigawatt energy every year by just implementing machine learning.
This is kind of wild. Will a robot take my job is one of the most Googled questions. It kind of makes sense. You know, when phones were first invented, there was probably horse messengers freaking out all over the joint. Vinyl's making a comeback, but fidelity aside, why bother when you can have a curated playlist with thousands of songs right on your phone? Come to think of it, I can't tell you the last time I shot a film on film. See, change makes people panic, but things evolve regardless, so we accept it, we move on. And now that we're entering the so-called fourth industrial revolution, yeah, automation's gonna replace some jobs, but it will also create new ones and probably give rise to industries that never existed.
Coding is thinking. It's automatic structured thinking. An AI that can program as well or better than humans is an AI that just took over the world. That's endgame. That's the end of the human species. And I can give you arguments why I don't think that's coming either. People who are and I know I take the opposite side from some very famous people in this debate, but we're nowhere near close to general AI.
So, yeah, I think we can do that. And yeah, this I think will be quite profound, because if you say, like, what is the economy? It is, at the foundation, it is labor. So what happens when there is, no shortage of labor? This is why I think long term that there will need to be universal basic income. Yeah.
There are, of course, some industries that will be impacted by AI in terms of labor workforce being diminished. But there are some industries that don't have the workforce to sustain it. And so that disconnect, that's where AI can fit in very nicely.